What's up? What's up? What's up, fight fans? What's going on out there, man? It's the homie main man, made man in the building. Y'all know how I get down. We talking boxing, going down every Wednesday, every Saturday here on Main Man, Made Man's Boxing, man. What's up, fight fans? What's going on out there, man? You know, though we come on through, man, we'll talk a little bit of WilderFury2 Aftermath and all the emerging stories that's starting to surround this whole situation. You know what I'm saying? Now, first and foremost, at the top, man, let's just say, look, man, we heard the medical, all the reports are starting to kind of leak out, and we know that Deontay Wilder is going to be okay. You know what I mean? Everybody know that he did not show up at the post-fight presser last night, so that means, but everything's going to be okay. They're saying there's no broken jaw. They're saying that the bleeding from the ear was just a laceration or a cut inside the ear. So, you know, nothing feared like a messed up eardrum or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's all good news, you know. So my man gonna live to fight another day, all day. Capadonna 24 in the building. Alec Cartier, what up, though? Miss Boxing, what's up, Queen? What's up with you? Patman 13, Salah Farah is up in here, man. What's going on, man? So let's talk this talk, fight fans. Let's talk this talk. First off, let's talk this trouble in the corner, if you will, first. You know what I mean? Now, y'all heard at the post-fight presser yesterday, in which Wilder's head trainer, J. Diaz, came out and put the comments out there, put them out there in the air, basically saying that he doesn't know why assistant trainer Mark Breland threw the towel in. He wasn't suggesting that Mark Breland throw the towel in. Let's read the exact quote, exactly what J. Diaz said, man. And he says, and I quote, "Mark threw the towel. I didn't think he should have. Deontay's the kind of guy that go out on his shield kind of guy. He will tell you straight up, don't throw the towel in. In fact, in the dressing room, we ain't gonna get into all that. We just say end quote right there. But as you can see, he wasn't feeling it. You know what I'm saying? And let's go on. Then J. Diaz goes on to say, hold on. And I quote, well, I'm the head coach of the team, but we do things a little bit different. 99% of the time, the head coach of the team is also the guy that leads in the corner. Ours is a little bit more like a football team, American football, where the head coach doesn't necessarily call the plays. You have an offensive and defensive coordinator. So ours is a little bit like that. During the round, Mark says something about throwing the towel in. And I told him, don't do that. I didn't think he should have do that. Then the fight went a little bit longer, and then I saw the towel go in. So I haven't talked to Mark about it, but we'll talk about it and figure out what exactly happened there. End quote. Damn, champ. Coach Kennedy in the building. Vito, what's up with you? DGO up in this joint. Stunner, what's going on? What's going on? Mark Christopher, what's up with you? Damn. So, look, man, why did J. Diaz come out to the public with something like this, man? This is definitely some behind the scenes. Look, you holler at your boy when you holler at your boy. He should have came up with a better PR answer than that. You don't show this type of dysfunction in the corner after the events that happened last night. What do you mean, Slim? What do you mean that you don't know why Mark Breland threw that towel in? So this is leading the fans to go down the road of saying, look, Mark Breland actually gave a shit about Deontay Wilder and J. Diaz don't. I hear what y'all out there talking about. I hear what you're talking about. I'm not going to say that. I actually, look, man, y'all heard me last night. I wouldn't have minded if the fight would have went just a little bit further, knowing what Deontay Wilder does, packing his too bad. And I get the safety concerns. I do. But you got to understand the kind of fighter that we're talking about here, fight fans. This is a man that is never out of it until he's out of it. And that's how J. Diaz is saying. For people to run around and say that J. Diaz don't give a shit about Wilder, man, that ain't cool. That ain't cool. You know what I'm saying? J. Diaz been rolling with Wilder since day one, man. I don't see him being like a hungry shark that's just looking out for his interests of his pockets or whatever y'all trying to imply. Nah, man. He knows his fighter. He knows the kind of fighter he got, fight fans. Now, Mark Breland, clearly for J. Diaz to put this out there like this got to clearly mean that he went on his own program. According to J. Diaz, he says, man, we talked about it. He mentioned something about it earlier in the round, but I told him don't do that. So Breland must have went on his own program. And this is much one of them calls that he was ringside looking and saying, look, man, let the chips fall where they may. If they fire me, they fire me. I know I'm bucking the head cap, but it is what it is because I think Deontay is taking too much punishment. What do y'all think, fight fans? Y'all think he was taking too much punishment? Let me know. Let me know. You know what I will do, and this is just to kind of give a heads up to everybody. What I'm going to do, I'm going to hold on. Anybody for the night who wants to maybe, if you got access and you want to get on, I'm gonna open up the platform tonight. Anybody who just got some cool words that they want to talk, let me know. Hit the link up and we get it in. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But I mean, the thing though, man, like I think he could have went a little further on, at least to the end of the round. Like I said, maybe in between rounds would have made the call. I think it would have been a little more better. Let me see. Pac-Man 13 say, real talk, Wilder needs a new trainer or change his game plan. I'm not with that, fam. No, sir. I mean, we're going to talk more about that. I don't think Wilder need to change anything. Look, man, at the end of the day, fight fans, Wilder's and his team just got out game plan. Like I said last night, if you got two teams that make it to the Super Bowl, does that mean the team that lost in the Super Bowl is a bad team? Or did, for that particular game, the opposite team ran a better game plan? They had a better offense, a better they called better play, whatever the case may be. But they don't mean that they won't be back there next year. And that's Deontay Wilder. It's not so much he needed a bad trainer. No one was talking the first fight. If he needed a bad trainer, if he had a bad trainer, or he needed to switch trainers, I'm sorry. Y'all would have been saying this since the first fight. It wouldn't have took 2 fights for y'all to come around and say that man need to swap trainers. I just don't think so. I think he needs to do exactly like Anthony Joshua did in his loss to Andy Ruiz. I think he could take a page out of Jarris Whipher, but not quite all the way, meaning that tweaks, little tweaks. That's all he needs, tweaks, add-ons. Tyson Fury, when he came back into this second fight, he didn't, like I told people before, he didn't want to get rid of Ben Davis. He just wanted to add on to a situation. Ben felt some kind of way and got the hell out of Dodge. But he just wanted to add on, tweaks. In Tyson's case, though, he changed the whole plan. He did. You know what I mean? But tweaks, man. I don't think so, man. DGO says Diaz IQ was in the double digits, man. I mean, look, man, like I said, man, and Deontay Wilder was upset about this himself. Like he wanted to go out on his shield. And that's how all fighters think. And I get it. And it's the trainer and the man, they got to look out for their hope for the fight. They got to make the best judgment call. I just don't think that he was quite at that point. He was taking damage. A lot of incoming fire, wasn't giving nothing back, much back. But given the tool that he has, if I know that this dude got a bazooka, a one-hitter quitter, I got to make sure to the very end. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm a little wrong for that, but that's how I feel about it. I think I see what JD's point is. I just don't like this trouble in the corner. I don't like the fact that he came out to the public and exposed something like this. This is something that you don't talk about, and you keep this in yeah, well, this, or even take one for the team. It is what it is. Just take it in public. You, Wilder, Finkel, all y'all know what's going on in private. But in public, if you got to take it, take it. That's what the head of the team got to do sometimes. But to give a dumbass response like this, you know, it's stupid. Whenever a trainer just doesn't take responsibility to me, it just, in certain ways, it just looks bad to me. I'm sorry. It just looks bad to me. You know what I'm saying? This is one of the reasons why Jarrett Hurd got away from this dude. You know what I'm saying? Real spill. Son of God, it was a fixed fight. Oh, come on, man. Come on, man. With the spirit, it wasn't no fixed fight, fam. Come on, man. That shit was, I can't see a fixed fight with somebody bleeding from the ear, man, and a fixed fight, somebody bleeding from the face. And, you know, nah, bro. You don't take with that type of damage to fix a fight. You know what I'm saying? Man, no need for a trilogy. Fat Fury dominated the first fight besides knockdowns, and last night showed his ass. It's a wrap. Phone booth Johnny. Let me say this, man. I think there has to be a trilogy. Let me address this right here, right now, since you brought this up. Hold up, let me get to Miss Boxing first. There was no way to know whether bleeding from that ear was just from a laceration. Not sure if I believe that. Breland saw something. I wouldn't have relied on the lucky punch at that point. I feel you. I mean, for those who think he should have pulled the plug, I get it. I get it. But I just feel like, you know, no one, the type of fighter, if it was any other kind of fighter that didn't have what Deontay, and I understand what you're saying, the lucky punch. If it was anybody else, I wouldn't probably give them that benefit of a doubt. I probably would, but it's Wilder. It's a guy that got something that can end the fight at any second, and just I gotta know. And plus, this is what he requests. This is what he wants. So I know I'm not in the wrong. I feel y'all though. I mean, look, man, we lost fighters last year. This is ever since these deaths in boxing last year, it's hovering heavy over boxing, and it's always on the back of everybody's mind. So I get it. You know what I mean? I do. But it's just that knowing who Wilder is, man. Knowing who Wilder is. Now let me address this real quick though. This question about immediate rematch. Should Deontay Wilder go back into an immediate rematch? The answer for me is hell yeah. Not just yeah, but hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? Look here, man. I'm gonna say it like this. Deontay Wilder is when you get situations that these new age boxing fans, man, when you get situations that play out like this, you don't run from it. You embrace it. You figure it out. This is what makes you great. Once again, you look at Deontay Wilder. He is the protector, if you will, of the last remaining heavyweight belt before it goes to Europe. Let's say Deontay Wilder doesn't go into the rematch. What happens? Dillian White named the mandatory. Faces Tyson Fury for the WBC mandatory, right? That's in the UK. That belt is gone. Anthony Joshua waiting in the wings. That belt is gone. And you want Wilder, y'all want Wilder to just walk away? Do y'all not see the significance of Wilder walking away from this situation? The belts will be gone. They will all be in the grass within reach of Eddie Hearn, all in the UK. Wilder will become this guy that's, oh, he's not feeling, you hear what they try to do nowadays. Oh, he doesn't sell tickets, no one knows him in his own cut. He'll be brushed to the side, if you will. All the rules pertaining to these sanctioned bodies, they will play the game. Wilder will almost damn near become high risk, low reward in a way. He ain't low reward in our eyes, but they would see him as that. They will effectively try to box him out. Y'all don't see this game. Wilder can't walk away from this situation. It's called go back to the game, go back into the lab, add on whatever pieces you got to add on, subtract whatever pieces you got to subtract, but you get it together. He's not injured. He ain't cut. It's a matter of game plan. That's it. And y'all want him to walk away. Y'all tripping. You damn right that Deontay Wilder should go into this third fight immediately. If they talking about August, they want to do it in August. You damn right. Figure it out, bro. This is what makes you great. This is what the history books should remember you for figuring it out. I'm so sick of these people nowadays. Oh, y'all see an issue. Oh, he should change training. He lose a fight. Oh, he should change trainers. Oh, when Manny Pacquiao fought Juan Manuel Marquez four times, when he was losing, I didn't see people going, he should change training. He should change. All y'all saw was good fights. One man lost, one man won. But you saw a good fucking fight. Each fight was good. It doesn't mean that the fighter need to blow up everything and run away from the situation and just go, oh, no, go somewhere safe. I was sitting on this platform saying that Jerry Swift heard. Need to get back up in there with Julian J. Rock Williams. Figure it out. Y'all don't get it, man. Like if these fighters, if Wilder went back in this situation, figured it out, beat Tyson Fury, how big of a story are we talking about here, man? This is what the great stuff is made out of, man. Y'all need to stop this. Oh, no, man, it's all wrong for him. Fury's too big. Oh, Fury's too fast. He's too long. He's too tall. He's too this. Figure it out. We say Wilder is special. Don't come to me with this, he was special 1 minute and then telling him to run in the next minute. It don't work like that. Special means special. You know what I'm saying? Real spill. Bang for buck say, yo, man, Wilder could have died. What are you talking about? Man, Wilder, oh my gosh. Wilder wasn't going to die, bro. Couldn't have died. Couldn't have died. And like I said, man, we were talking about a few more moments. If I'm not saying it, look, if he would have took action up, if that going down the stretch, it would have became too much. Of course, I want them to stop the fight. I'm just saying, in JD's situation, a man who's been next to Wilder his entire life, in boxing life at least, he knows his fighter more than anybody. I don't think Wilder could have died, bro. You taking it away today. Too extreme, man. Too extreme. This is the heavyweight division. This is not welter. Y'all done got so used to watching these welterweights and watching these little flyweights and these little straw weights. Y'all done got so. This is the heavyweight division. This is what it's always been. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm tripping. Clayton Morrow on the super chat. Salute, fam. Salute to you. Appreciate you, man. Bomber was hurt. Needs work on the inside fighting, dirty boxing, and strength and conditioning. Deal with his personal corner issues and can't be made at mark. Appreciate that support, fam. All day. All day. Those are the things that you got to figure out. Now, those in the corner issues now, that right there, that's a new one for me right there. That's a new one. I didn't, and maybe JD's just talked too much and just flew off at the mouth. I don't know what that was about. I don't know why he distance himself from a situation like that, like instead of just taking one for the team just for the sake of the public. I don't know why. I don't know why. And I think that's what a head trainer sometimes just has to do to protect the integrity of his corner. But I don't know, man. That was, and to see that type of dysfunction. I mean, let me ask y'all. A lot of y'all probably agree with Bree, and like Ms. Boxing was saying, a lot of y'all may agree with Mark Bree, what he did. You know what I'm saying? I can understand his point of view. I can understand, you know, him seeing, like you said, blood coming out of the ear and blood coming out of the face, and Wilder in the corner taking right hands and not giving much back. I can understand his point of view. I can definitely understand his point of view. And who knows? Maybe he was the one that made the right call. Deontay Wilder be mad today, but who knows? 10 years from now, he may be thinking that, man. Lion Boss says Wilder's not a superhero. He is a human like everyone else. He has a family, kids, and a fiance. Internal bleeding is no joke. I get it, man. I know. Look, man, this is boxing. This is boxing, fight fans. I get it. The injuries may happen. There's a risk you running. I understand. But was Wilder that far gone? I mean, was he that far gone? Do y'all think he was just that far gone? I just think before they even stopped it, he had threw a punch. I'm just saying, look, I'm not mad at the stoppage. So don't let y'all misunderstand me and have me on the record saying that I'm mad at the stoppage. I'm just understand. I understand what JD's is coming from. He's saying that him and his fighter, they know each other. They talked about this. They spoke about this. They talked about this type of situation. So he knows when to pull that plug. I get it, but I do understand the safety concerns too. I do. No one is really wrong on either side with this argument. You know, no one is really wrong, but I just know what Wilder got, man. And that right hand is just, I don't know, man. Anytime, bro. At any time. Wilder, we already read that. Let me see. I have no problem with Wilder running it back with Fury for the third time if he has an immediate rematch clause. But what can he do differently? Well, like we were saying last night, I think it honestly starts with the weight cut. The 231 is all wrong. It's all wrong. All wrong for Deontay Wilder. He needs to be nimble. He needs to be that wiry Wilder. I want to see him between 220, 25 at max. You know what I'm saying? And that's max. That 231 ain't working. Maybe honestly around 220. Maybe that'll be the honest max. Lighter on his feet, able to stand on the outside of Fury's punch, get to the outside of Fury's punches a lot better. The problem that I seen numero uno last night was Wilder was pulling straight back and wasn't getting back nearly fast enough to get out of the way of Fury's punches. Now I know Fury's long, but if you go back to their first fight, Wilder was doing a much better job of standing on the outside of Fury's punches. Fury's accuracy was way off, but then again, Fury wasn't coming forward. Wilder just wasn't getting back fast enough, man. Feet just looked heavy. So I think it starts there. I think it definitely starts there. Working on getting that spacing, working on his quickness, setting up and preparing to launch much more faster. And I think that comes with, honestly, losing some of that muscle. You know what I'm saying? I think it starts there. Amon Master says, I'm going to put this out there now. Wilder wins the third fight and looks like a totally different fighter in victory. And that is very Possible. That's if he come in, different game plan, comes in with the more superior game plan. Okay, we've seen Fury fight in this manner. We've seen Fury fight like this. Okay, this is what we got to do now. We got to damn give him something different. That's what boxing is about. It's more than just coming in, swinging punches. It's about X's and O's too. And you got to go in that lab and come up with a game plan, not fucking run away from this situation like some of y'all want him to do. You figure it out. I'm sorry. Wilder is 34 years old. Going back to the drawing board in the heavyweight division right now, just not worth. It's not worth it. This is your moment. This is what your story gonna be about. I can't believe some of y'all expecting him to just pull out of this and just walk away from this, man. And then have all the belts go to Europe and all the belts in the UK. That's something that he got to fight for. He says he wants to, he's the American heavyweight champion. We've given him that honor, right? He is the American heavyweight. Then he must defend America's honor and prevent that last belt from going to the UK. That's what it's about. This is what makes the story great. Y'all tend to leaving that part out, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all leaving that part out, man. You know what I mean? Let me see here. Let me see. Yeah, son of God, man, you lunching, man. I don't know what you in this fixed fight talk about, man. Felix Nunes, I'm happy they stopped it, but at the moment of the stoppage, it did look weird because Wilder was still mentally engaged. He was still, and then the second that bell rung, Wilder was pissed off. You know, I've said this in the past a lot myself, and I think this is, and I credit this to Wilder's legs because they're so small and they're so skinny. But when Wilder takes punches, he takes them differently. Like when he takes them, he gets moved. His whole body gets moved. And sometimes you can look a little further into it than you may think. You know what I'm saying? Not to say he wasn't hurt, and not to say he wasn't messed up. He was. But I'm just saying sometimes the way that Wilder takes punches, it throws you off. I just think that, I don't know. When I say fight fans to go on a little longer, I mean 15, 20 seconds more. See if Wilder would have got out of the corner. See where would have had led from there. At least see if he would have made it out of that corner. That's just maybe that's more of the fan in me, man. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I don't know. Miss Boxing said he was falling and tripping. His legs wasn't there. He just couldn't keep Fury off him. Nah, he couldn't keep Fury off him since the third round. Since the third round, he couldn't keep Fury off him whatsoever. Couldn't do it. Bad game plan. Just, I mean, I seen, and I'm not here to make no excuses, but I seen in the after the fight was kind of ended, they showed Wilder's locker room, and you seen his wife massaging his leg and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I know. Wilder alluded to it in the post-fight interview that something maybe was going on with his leg, but he ain't want to make no excuses. But I don't know. Maybe that attributed to his movement. You know what I mean? Because I just found his movement to be such a problem last night, like not getting to the outside of Tyson Fury's punches. Fury was taking them steps forward, coming in, lunging his jab out there. I mean, Wilder's judgment of distance was way off last night. Way off. He was at the end of a lot of Tyson Fury's punches. Man, I don't know. Yeah, I'm telling y'all, man. I look at the replays and Wilder's eyes were glossed over. His heart kept him on his feet. I didn't see his eyes really glossed over. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see him like rolling in the back of his head or nothing like that, man. But look, man, like I said, I'm not gonna argue with y'all if y'all say it should have been stopped, man. I mean, y'all just looking out for the safety of the fighter, and Wilder was taking a lot of punches. You know, I get it, but don't be in JD's case saying that he don't care about Deontay Wilder because he felt as though he wanted to see his guy go a little further. And I don't know if you even want to go as far to say have him fall on his shield, because that may have been even too far. But a little bit more would have just been for my liking. But I'm just that type of fan, though, man. I'm just that kind of fan. Chin Smoke says Wilder should have put that weight on his legs, but that takes time. Yeah, his legs are what they are, bro. Them joints ain't growing, man. They've been like that for the longest, man. You know what I'm saying? Orlando Finney in the building. What's up, family? What's goody with you, man? What's good, man, and my fellow boxing enthusiasts all day. What's up, man? Just talking this aftermath talk, man. Just talking this aftermath talk. Jaguar Paul says, Wilder needs Manny Robles. Nah, he needs exactly who the people he got. If Manny Robles want to come and be added on to bring some sort of angle or expertise into the camp, fine with me. But to sit there, Wilder got to where he got to with the team that he got there with. Wilder fought Tyson Fury in the first fight with the same team, and nobody was speaking like this. Nobody. We're not going to do this when Wilder get his first loss. No, it don't. You don't blow the team up. You know what I mean? It don't work like that. You strategize and game plan. Now, my thing is, if you want to talk about getting rid of teams and blowing up teams, the way you make that decision is when they keep getting it wrong over and over and over again. That hasn't happened in this case. This is a one-time thing. So you don't blow the team up. You don't blow the team up. But this confusion in the corner between Breland and Diaz, that gotta get bottled up, man. That gotta get bottled up. And somebody needed to pull Diaz to the side and say, look, bro, you don't do this in the public. You don't do this in the public. Bang for buck. What's up, fam? Wilder only knows one way. The dude don't respect boxing ethics. Dude doesn't even do road work and hates training. If Wilder loses that rematch, then what? You leaving that part out. It's a gamble. It's a gamble that's more than worth it. It's a gamble that's more than worth it, bang for buck. First off, that's not how you think as a fighter. You don't think about the if I lose. No. You think about this is the moment. This is the moment of greatness I go for. What is the flip side to this pancake? You know what I'm saying? He doesn't do it. Then what does he do? He goes back to the lower tier. He goes back to fighting who? The Kalinakis and all of these. We know Wilder will beat most of the second tier of the heavyweight division. We ain't got no reason to do that. You finish this story. There was a third option put into this situation for a reason. You finish this story. It's a big payday. Win, lose, or draw. It's a big payday. It's a high-profile fight, and it's big for his legacy. It's numerous reasons why you take this rematch. Not to mention what we just said about the belts. This is what Wilder's legacy needs to be made of, not him. Oh, Tyson Fury coming over here, dominating him in his own backyard, and then Wilder pulling out of the rematch. That ain't the story, bro. That ain't what the story's supposed to be. Nuh-uh. No. This is what it's about. He's 34 years old. You're talking about a $25+ million fight in this next fight. You want to talk about his family? Yeah, I'm gonna say 20. You know how big financially that fight won't be. Whether they do it in the UK, America, I think it should be done in America if they want to capitalize off top dollar. But either way, man, nah. This is the situation. You don't run away from it, bro. He gotta conquer this. You know what I'm saying? You understand what Wilder gonna look back and say, what if? You know, the what ifs. Wilder can't fight on his back feet. End of. Well, that's maybe the thing he got to work on. That may be that one thing. He got to bring that one coach who can bring something to him and add something to his game. And it may have to be in a short amount of time, but it is what it is. Instead of blowing up things, bring somebody in, work on certain things, adjust certain things. That's the way it goes. Miss Boxing says that make boxing great again. If Wilder's a bum, does Fury get credit for beating him? Wilder ain't no bum. And Wilder, you can't be a bum doing the things that Deontay Wilder did. You can't be a bum and having fighters juice up to fight you like Alexander Povetkin and Luis Ortiz. You can't be a bum and having fighters demand $50 million to fight you. You can't be a bum having as many title defenses that Deontay Wilder has had. You can't be a bum. You know? Be a bum. Tyson Fury's whole career has been resurrected because of one fighter. You can't be a bum. You know what I mean? Let's see. Let's speed it up a little bit. Let me go up some, man. I got glove up or shut up in the building. Rob Rook, what's up, man? What's going on? Word of the day in the building. What's going on? G. Benson says, man, what would you have Wilder do to win the rematch? What would you suggest he does? Once again, slimming down, working on better footwork, getting some footwork training in. Maybe the world work would be a good thing to pick up. Working on things like that, getting his speed up. I think his speed would have been key. Yesterday, standing on the outside of Tyson Fury's punches. But, you know, looking back, Monday morning quarterbacking is easy to say that. We don't know adjustments what Tyson Fury may make. But getting his speed up first and foremost. And getting his footwork up. Those are some of the things that slimming back down to 220. You know, those are some of the things he's got to work on, getting that distance, judging that distance much better. Get some tall sparring partners, long, the biggest you can find. Work on judging distance a lot better. But this is the thing about Tyson Fury, man. You know, we've seen literally 2 versions of this dude, and both versions fought pretty damn good. Which version in the 3rd fight of Tyson Fury will we get? That is a scary ass question. You know what I'm saying? My man, Mike, he gonna come in the fight build up, wearing heavy clothes, covering himself up probably again, man, not giving away nothing. What version of Tyson Fury are we gonna get? Y'all think we're gonna get that? We would get that battering ram version of Tyson Fury, or does he slim back down and become the boxer? I think he stays where he's at. I think he stays right where he's at. He was just too effective. The change in training seems to work for Fury, and I remember Lennox changed to Emmanuel Stewart, and it worked. Yeah, it did. You know, they did. I will admit that change to Emmanuel Stewart literally changed Lennox Lewis's whole everything. You know what I'm saying? It just made him into a way much more better fighter. And yes, Tyson Fury did do that. But in Deontay Wilder's case, we always talk about him not being a traditional kind of fighter. Like, you know, he's not an exact traditional kind of boxer where y'all like to say, oh, he's a one-trick pony. But his specialty is delivering his power. So if someone was to come in to add to his game plan, what is another way that you can teach Deontay Wilder how to deliver his power? What tool can you add on? Whether it be better footwork, whether it be setting up much more fast. What tool can you add to Deontay Wilder's already arsenal to help him deliver this power a lot better? That's the question that's going to come down to. Not who's going to come in and make him more fundamentally sound and make his defense much more better and make his head more. No. Who's going to already hone the skill that Deontay Wilder already possesses and make it better? Or make it work in a different situation? That's the question. That's the question. Faison Khan in the building. Personally, Wilder should fight Charles Martin next. Then maybe Andy Ruiz. And then after that, 2 former champions. He isn't ready for Fury. Nah. That ain't. I mean, I hear you. Hey, Faison, and don't get me wrong. I hear you. That's actually not a worse rebuilding plan. You know what I'm saying? That's not the worst rebuilding plan in the world. But nah, man. I want Wilder to go right back into the situation, bro. Wilder is operating on a whole nother level where he's trying to win this American fan base, and he wants to walk into who he truly is. Man, this is the moment, man. Why do y'all want him to just keep wanting him to run away from this moment? Why do y'all want him to just run away from the exact moment that can make him great? Like, why do y'all want him to just say fuck it and just leave it and go back to scratch, go back to the drum board, leave millions of dollars on the table? Why do y'all want him to do that? I'm not understanding. Like, why is that okay to do? Let the belt just fly to Europe. Just forget the belt. Forget the belts and him not getting no kind of opportunities in the near future to maybe even get a shot again. Just forget all of that. How do y'all want him to just say fuck all that? Like, walk away from all that? I mean, I don't understand this, man. I'm not down with this, the marination game. It ain't work. To come back around to Fury. Fury gonna be out of boxing by then. Fury ain't got long. I got a feeling if whatever Fury now that if he takes this 3rd fight, what he say he got 3 fights left on his contract with ESPN. After them 3 fights is up, man, Fury is done. Fury is making bags and bags and bags of money. There will be no more chances for Deontay Wilder if he let this flow away. At least with Tyson Fury, there will be no more chances. There will be no more chances. You got to go for it, man. You got to go for it. This is what your story is made out of, bro. This became his Joker. If he's the Batman, this became his Joker. Every story has one. This has became Wilder's. You know what I mean? Every Pacquiao has a Marquez. Every Floyd has a Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has. There's always a rival, and this is the one. This has been Deontay Wilder's first one, to be honest with you. Everybody else, he does it. This is his first one, and y'all want him to run away from it? Nah, man. with that, fight fans. I can't rock with that. I'm sorry. I got to see my man go back at it and try. If he loses, fine. Then we can talk rebuilding. Then we can talk, because the saga ends, the chapters are closed, it's over, the book is done. Then we can have a conversation about him going back to the drawing board if he loses the third fight. But until that moment comes, this is an ongoing saga. Tyson Fury may have won a war or a battle. How the fuck you say it? He might have won the battle, but he ain't won the war. You know what I mean? Come on, man. That's how we got to think in this situation, man. Come on, Lion Bar, Wilder bulked up for the rematch, but he and his coaches should have known you don't suddenly bulk up without acclimating to that way all day. I agree with that. And that was one of my concerns going into the fight, bro. One of my concerns was Wilder going up to 231, then he must have to remain much more patient, because that muscle is going to start sucking up oxygen. And we don't know when Wilder's going to start checking out and start huffing and puffing, but none of us seen it coming by the end of the second round, bro. None of us seen that happen. Not that damn early. I mean, 5 rounds, 6 rounds at least. But he was huffing and puffing by the end of the second. Man. And this terrible boxer crap rhetoric is disgusting. I agree, Greg Hill. Come on, man. I can't believe it. We got to go. We got to look, man. Every fighter fight, your favorite fighter, the greatest of fighters, they go through trilogies. They go through things that they got to figure out, man. Muhammad Ali had to figure George Foreman out. He had to figure, I mean, he got it the first time, but he had to figure it out. Against him and Joe Frazier, he had to figure it out. Oh, man. Let me see. I would also like to see Wilder use lateral movement and move in and out of the punching zone. Yeah, his lateral movement, his leg, man, his footwork, his leg work. I would love to see that get better. I've always said, in giving away some keys to victory going into this fight, that was the one thing for Tyson Fury. I told him, like, without Wilder planting and without Wilder being able to plant and get comfortable and get settled to launch, I mean, we haven't seen him kind of launching on the go much. You know what I'm saying? And I think that happens because he doesn't use his footwork good enough to get out to the outside of punch and stop, plant, and launch. It's just something that he just hasn't. When he does it, he smothers punches, he overshoot. It doesn't come natural to him. What comes more natural to him is when he stands there and looks for the opening, or you're coming to him and he's looking for that opening and you walking into it, or you know what I mean? But if he's not studying or looking for the opening, him doing it on the go is something that I haven't seen much from. And that's the thing that Tyson Fury took advantage of. You know, and that's one of the things. This is the reason I say speed, because I need him to be able to get to the outside of Fury's punches a lot faster to be able to set up and launch. And that's something that he just showed a lot of, you know what I mean, when he needed to use it. Ray-Ban say, man, Wilder will not recover from this loss. Come on, man. Come on, man. Look, man, like I told y'all, we forgetting who the dude we've been talking about. We've been giving him credit for his mental toughness. We've been giving him credit for being focused. I speak it, believe it, receive it. And so I'm believing in that man. See, when I tell people I believe in somebody, if I say this is the dude I believe in, I'm believing him. If these are the words that this man said, he speak it, believe it, receive it. Mentally, he was fighting the mental warfare going into this rematch. Then that means he's a mentally strong person, which means I believe that he can pick himself up, pull himself together, pull his team together, make Jay Diaz shut the hell up and get it together. You know what I mean? Come up with a game plan, bring in the right sparring partners, sit down, form the X's and O's, look at the tape. Ain't much takeaway from his side. Shit. Because after the second round, it was pretty much all Tyson Fury. But still, look at the tape. Look at some weaknesses. Look at any weaknesses that you can find on Tyson Fury. This is what it takes. If it takes sleepless nights, sitting in the fucking basement with the light over top of your head, sitting in the dark, looking at old film, looking at everything that Tyson Fury is giving him problems. That's what it takes. But you don't give up. Miss me with that giving up talk. Miss me with that, oh, you need to go back to the drawing board and rebuild, man. He's got to rebuild. we're in the rebuilding process. He has to go back and fight Charles Martin and Gerald Washington and all of these guys. Nah, miss me with that, man. G. Benson, you're right. This is the moment for Wilder. Based on what I've seen from Wilder's personality, he will take the rematch. As a matter of fact, they're saying it could happen in August. Yeah, that's what I hear. We heard Shelly Finkel speaking on this in the post-fight presser yesterday. He said that they're looking to do this. And the only thing that kind of caught me a little bit off guard, though, was when they asked Shelly Finkel, it was like, did Wilder say this? Or is this something that y'all coming up with? Because Wilder wasn't there. And it was just like, oh, we pretty much know that yeah, I don't know that. Wilder might come out and say that's okay. But knowing Wilder the way we know Wilder, yeah, he'll walk towards his rematch. But they're looking to do it in August. You know what I'm saying? Unofficially 2-0. Thumbs up as you pull up for the fam, man. Thumbs up for me, thumbs up. It costs you nothing. It's totally free. Man, that's all I ask you. Thumbs up as you pull up. You know what I'm saying? And if you got to make an early exit, hit it on the way out if you didn't hit it on the way in. Bang for Buck says, America don't give as much chances as the UK. You're either the best or you are nobody. Even till this day, Kell Brook gets much love. Wilder lost the Trilogy. He might be done out here in these streets. Damn. Now, that's a reality check for your ass. Real spill, but real spill. Let me tell you something. Now, that's the worst thing about this whole thing. Wilder was really just kind of getting to a point where he was starting to win over more and more of the multitude. You know what I'm saying? They started promoting him much more bigger. You know, you seen him much more. You know, people started to listen to him a little bit more, especially since like things like Till His Day and all that stuff started going viral and everything, man. It was building. This is what made Eddie Hearn start realizing, oh, I got to give Deontay Wilder 50-50 if he get through the situation. Because Wilder was definitely getting it. And this is a setback for them. This is a setback to the casual fan base, like my homies who don't know nothing about boxing and who did see this fight. You know what I mean? Wilder bought him out. He bought him out. He got that casual love. He made it to casual country. Because people came out. People threw fight parties, everything. He made it to casual country. But when it's just like with Anthony Joshua when he came here to America, he finally made it to the American shores. And when the Americans got their look at him, what happened? Boom. That impression sets in. And Deontay Wilder, the same thing. He got that casual love. Things happened the way it happened. And that's a major setback. I will admit. I will admit. Clayton Morrow in the super chat. Thanks, family. Much love to you, man. Appreciate you. Bronze Bomber did well, jabbing the body, double up to the body with that jab all day. That is a definite thing. He threw a few jabs to the body. Tyson Fury was just walking through so many of Wilder's punches, man. He walked through the right hand in the first round. Wilder even hit him with another good one in the second round, man. Tyson just walked on, man. They were bouncing off the dude like spitwads, man. Tyson was just a freaking battering ram up in that joint, man. A straight up wrecking ball. I'm telling y'all, bro. But, you know, Wilder got to figure this out. But clearly, I mean, Wilder's power is Wilder's power. But with Tyson Fury that big and that size, his punch resistance looked way better. It looked much better. And it looked like he can absorb much more punches. And like I told people going in, Tyson Fury is a pace-him type fighter. He paces himself. Getting him tired is nothing you can always count on. I understand he big and came in heavy, but Tyson Fury getting tired wasn't nothing we could have betted on. You know what I'm saying? Real spill, man. Real spill. Wilder took the bad guy role like Mayweather without going through the pretty boy Floyd phase. Wilder's diehard fans will stick with him, but America can be an unforgiving place if you lose. I agree. And that's what I was just explaining about casual country, man. And I'm not going to sit here as a hardcore fan. I'm not going to sit here and deny. Wilder, that is the one area that he took a major setback. Can he get it back with a victory in the third fight? Absolutely. Absolutely. 100%. Everything that we're talking about, everything that we're talking about, he lost in this fight. Can come back with the victory. I mean, don't get it twisted. This fight was big. I don't know if the third fight even is as big, to be honest with you. I mean, at least not with the casuals. I can't say 100%. You know how casuals are. They've seen it once. Oh, man, he ain't this. Oh, man, he ain't that. He ain't do nothing after 2 rounds. He ain't do nothing. Man, I don't want to see him no more. So I can't say it's going to be just as big. The diehards, we going to be here. Wilder country, we going to be here. But we must admit, from a casual point of view, Could have took a minor setback last night. Andy lost on the rematch, but nothing like Wilder though. Nothing like that, bro. I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, I've heard people say that they don't think that the Ruiz and situation in this situation is similar. I actually think there's a lot of similarities, man. Especially how the fight played out. Where is it? Both fighters got basically hurt with a punch or a series of punches that they never recovered from. Both men went several rounds on wobbly legs. You know what I'm saying? And eventually, and the only difference is that actually AJ showed that he really didn't want to go no further. And in Wilder's case, his corner stopped it. You know what I mean? That's the big major difference. But how the actual fight progressed, I mean, I see a lot of similarities there. I see a lot of similarities. Now, you saying as far as like coming back, but I disagree there too, because what did Anthony Joshua do when he came back and fought Andy Ruiz in that last fight? He found a better game plan. He went back to the lab. He studied what he had to study. He came back with a much more superior game plan. And now in Andy Ruiz's case, he made it a lot more easier, coming in like a blimp. But at the end of the day, Joshua went back and did something different. He didn't run away from his third fight. From that rematch. I'm sorry. He didn't run away from that rematch. He went back to the and there was a lot of y'all UK fans. Y'all was saying the same thing. I was here. Y'all know. Y'all was saying the same thing, fam. Y'all was out here like, man, nah, man. He need to drop his trainer, and he need to do this, and he need to do that, man. And Joshua even addressed it himself, like, nah, I'm not doing none of that. Y'all were going off the rails in that situation, and I was here saying the same thing. Hell nah, man. Joshua ain't got to do none of that, man. Joshua just need to go back to the lab, reformulate, figure it out, and come back into this thing retooled and ready to go. What if Joshua would have walked away? What if he would have walked away? He didn't know that Andy Ruiz was coming back in that next fight like that. But what if he would have took y'all advice and walked away? Oh, he's too big. Oh, Andy's style is all. This was the #1 thing going around. Andy's style is all wrong for Joshua. Hey, he's going to beat him every time. He's going to make it to the inside. He has shorter punches. He has faster hands. Blase, blase, blah. But what did Joshua do? And salute to him for doing it. He blocked all that out. You know, he went somewhere, trained, got with his people, came up with a game plan. We slimming down. We gonna move this time. Let's go talk to Klitschko. Let's see what he can teach me. That's how you do it. You don't freaking run. Come on, man. Come on, Joe. Y'all killing me out here, man. Let's see, man. I believe Wilder is a confidence fighter and most dangerous when he is confident. What does an unconfident Wilder look like? I'll tell you. Food. Nah, man. My man, hey, his confidence could look, man. Every fighter in one way or another feeds off their confidence. Wilder just one that believes in it probably more than most. He's a firm believer in that right hand, man. He's a firm believer that what he had could put down every man in front of him. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? Let me speak on this real quick. Because this fight right here, once again, in a line of so many fights, where here we are now, and I guess this already kind of been messed up in one way or another, between Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder, a fight now that we may or may not get to see. I mean, depending on how this thing plays out, but marination, over-marination. Julian J. Rock Williams came and did the same thing for Jarrett Hurd. The point I'm trying to really get to, make no mistake, and I know this is out of left field, Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr. I'm telling y'all, man, if Errol Spence Jr. does not fight Manny Pacquiao next, we need to be talking Terrence Crawford. Because I'm listening to people who say, no, he gonna fight Danny, or he gonna fight Manny, and blah, blah. And you know what it started to remind me of? I'm gonna be 100 with you. I gotta keep it all the way live. It's starting to remind me of me when I was talking about Keith Thurman. When we all wanted to see Keith Thurman versus Errol Spence, and Keith was like, I got a plan. Oh, I'm gonna do this first, and I'm gonna do that first, and I'm out here like, y'all here. He said he got a plan. He gonna do this, he gonna do that, and then let Earl just gotta keep on winning. And what did we get that fight? No, never got the fight right. Over-marination. Jamel Charlo versus Jarrett Swift Hurd. Jared Hurd says, okay, I'm gonna go face Charlo, but before I do, I got a plan. I'm gonna do boom, boom, boom first, and then I'm gonna come on to Charlo. And all Jared Hurd Nation was defending it. It was all good. Did we get Jared Hurd versus Charlo? And now here in this situation, Anthony Joshua, the 50 million, the 120 million, it's his fault, it's their fault. No one wants to do this. No one wants, he was on Showtime. Why didn't he do that? Why didn't he do? Did we get a fight? No. So when you sit here and you tell me, main man, made man, let him go do this, I say to you, you sound just like everybody else. And we didn't get certain fights. So fuck Danny Garcia. Forget Sean Porter, Ugas, whoever. We need to get Earl Spence Jr. versus Terrence Crawford. If it's going to happen, the two best at the division. We need to be getting that if we're not getting Manny Pacquiao. For that reason right there. Over-marination ain't working. Ain't working. It ain't working. Sorry, I kind of went off the rails on that one, man. Sorry about that. I'm just like, dog, come on. You know, it ain't working, fight fans. It ain't working. It ain't working. Lion Boss says there's a clear game plan. And the way to fight Ruiz in the rematch, light on his feet, fight behind the jab, and keep it long. But those are some of the adjustments that AJ made. See, those are some of the things that he went to the lab and said, this is what I got to do. It's the same way for Wilder. Now, all of us as fans, and a lot of y'all, especially Wilder fans, you know, I know y'all trying to figure it out. What should he do? What can he do? Oh, man, I don't know, man. If you come in too heavy, this is going to be a problem. If you come in too light, that's going to be a problem. I don't know, man. I don't see it. What should he do? What should he do? This is why Breland and J. Diaz get paid the big bucks. This is why they call trainers. This is what they're supposed to do. What is it? Well, what is he going to do? We're fans. We can give suggestions. We can say whatever. This is what they're supposed to do. And if they cannot do it, they need to find somebody who can. Let's go have a talk with Verge. Let's go have a talk with this guy. Let's go have a talk with that guy. Maybe they can give us some pointers. What do you suggest? Would you mind coming on? You know what I'm saying? Tyson Fury, to his credit, even in the first fight, he had young Ben Davison, but who else did he put in that corner? Freddie Roach. Freddie Roach. Because it's we trying to put this thing together. We trying to look at this from every angle. No, fight fans. Oh, no. Let's see, man. Let's see. I would like to see Wilder trust the science. He has it. He has it in him. Yeah, he got it in him, man. It's just that. Look, man. Once again, like I said before, if Tyson Fury, it took him to make another big credit that you got to give Tyson Fury. At least he looked at the situation and made the proper adjustment. Even going into this fight, Fury fans, Wilder fans, whatever. We didn't know what the hell Tyson Fury was talking about. We didn't know that he knew what he was talking about. We didn't think, oh, he's coming in to stop Wilder. What? We didn't, but he did. He studied something. He seen something. He listened to the people. His people around him came up with a different idea. His father saw it. His father said, hold up, what are you doing? You're weak as a kitten. He did it. That's why he gets so much respect, man. And that's why he gets so much respect. You know? Real spill. I got a video coming up for Tyson Fury real soon, man. That's why he gets so much respect. What does Wilder do against a chameleon like Tyson Fury who can adapt? Fury fought on the inside in the Kronk style, but it's a 6'9" and over 270 pounds. That man is an enigma all day. He is a freak of nature. I've always said that. I've always said that. And I don't know, look, this has got to be the word of the day too. You know what I'm saying? Everybody out here today, oh, you know, I've always said about Tyson Fury, he was always this, he was always that. But nah, man, I mean, you can check my archives. They don't lie. I've always bigged up Tyson Fury. I provided a lot of caution to the fans even going into this fight. And I told people that, and I remember saying a while back that for Anthony Joshua and for Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury could have, his style is the problem for both. Stylistically, both men, no matter what. And see, AJ ain't fought him yet. And I believe that Tyson Fury got AJ's numbers just as well. His style is, like you said, it's such an enigma where I believe it poses a problem for both men. Tyson Fury could clearly be easily the best heavyweight on the planet. And that's being 100 with you. You know what I'm saying? He could easily be that. But this story ain't over yet. And I ain't willing to say that until the chapters are done, until the third fight is complete. Then I can say that with full-fledged confidence. But he can very well possibly be that. You know what I'm saying? Real spill, man. Bang for Buck says, man, Wilder has a big payday coming his way. The third fight will sell out and do great pay-per-view numbers because the world wants to see what Wilder is going to do. It's the biggest fight of 2020 already. Yeah, exactly. And he ain't walking away from that. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And it's already a big fight. It's just made to be. It's a story that's made to be told. And it would be even bigger if Wilder came back and beat Tyson Fury in his third fight. We talking real history now. I mean, we talking super historic. A draw and each man wins. That fourth fight is going to be through the roof. This is what I'm hoping for, something like this to play out for us as boxing fans. But y'all want Wilder to walk away from the situation. No. Let this play out. Let this play out. This is going that fight gonna be huge, bro, in the summertime. Huge. You know what I'm saying? Huge. Whoa did that says Fury did his thing though. Gotta give him credit for how he dominated. 1-1 in my book. Part 3, let's go. All day. Absolutely. Tyson Fury did good. And like I said, going into this third fight, man, we don't know what Fury we gonna get. We just don't know, man. Fury's just is done a masterful job at fighting in a couple different ways now. Well, you just don't know. But like I told y'all, if I had to bet my rent money on it, man, my mortgage money on it, I had to go hands down and say Tyson Fury comes back in heavy again, man. Jason Mesa says, I remember Freddie Roach complaining that Ben Davison kept Tyson Fury from attacking Wilder more. Exactly. He did. But for Tyson Fury to have that other set of eyes in the corner to see that and then make that adjustment. And Freddie Roach, his father, you know what I'm saying? He sought out Sugar Hill. And for Freddie Roach to see that, that's what you call a team. This is what you need to do. This is what we see. And that's what Wilder's team got to do the same thing. They've never seen this version of Tyson Fury. No one pretty much has seen this version of Tyson Fury. No one. They didn't know how to prepare for that. Give them a chance to prepare for that. Third fight. Let's go. Let's get it. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it. Let's get it all day. DGO say, man, Roach saw it. Fury fighting this way from the beginning. He had, and we would, and, you know, a lot of at that time, a lot of us was jumping on Freddie Roach. Like, Freddie Roach, man, come on, man, you ain't running nothing in that corner. That's Ben Davis' corner. So shut your mouth, man. If that's the way he wanted his fighter to fight, but Freddie Roach was right. Freddie Roach seen it. He needs to be more aggressive. Why is he pulling away? Why is he not putting his foot on the gas? Why is he not going at Wilder when he hurts Wilder? Freddie Roach said that in the first fight. I'm telling y'all straight like this. If Tyson Fury would have told y'all, if Tyson Fury would have stood with Ben Davison, we wouldn't have got that version of Tyson Fury last night. No freaking way. No freaking way. No freaking way. You know what I'm saying? I got my brother P. Newell in the building. What's up, homie? What's goody, man? Wilder need more people behind him and better people. You know what I'm saying? I just hope that the American fan base, you know, let's not abandon him, man. He's a man that's still in warfare. He's a man that's still in battle. This war ain't over yet. There's another fight. There's a whole nother fight. Wilder may be a bit hurting right now, bit broken, bit down in the dumps. It's going, like my brother P. Newell just said, it's going to take people around him to get him back to where he needs to be. This is what's called having a better team, a good team. All of this shit that JD's is doing, coming out to the public, putting this turmoil, putting this. Do you know what the detractors of Deontay Wilder, those who wait for moments like this, that sit in the cut, oh, there's some bad news about Wilder. Do you know them hearing, seeing this, man? With this dude? You got the room, you got the meals running right now, bro. And you the head fucking trainer. You should know better. You don't put Breland or Wilder out there like that for real. And say, oh, I don't know why he threw the towel. Oh, I don't know why he threw the towel. I didn't tell him to throw the towel. He just threw it on his own. I don't even talk to him about that. I ain't even had a chance to talk to him yet. I'm gonna talk to him about that. That wasn't me though. I ain't had nothing to do with it. That's not how I go, fam. You should have kept that shit buried. I don't know. Well, the towel situation. Well, you know, this is us as a corner. We thought this was the right move, and you know, we wanted to protect the safety of the fighter. You know, and the decision lies with me. And boom, 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 boom. Now, when you get home, you hey, Breland, man, what the hell you do, man? What the fuck you do? Why you do that, bro? You fired, bro. Don't ever come around my camp again. That's how you cover it. But you don't be out here in public. Nah, man. Nah. And Wilder's going to be the one that's going to bottle that up. Wilder's going to come out and say, nah, everything good. You know, just was a miscommunication. And, you know, things happen like that in a big fight and on a big stage. And, you know, it happens. We're moving forward. That's how Wilder's going to have to come out and shut this shit down. You know what I'm saying? We about to wrap this up, fight fans. Dan Rafael on ESPN reported J. Diaz and Mark Breland had to be separated in the dressing room after the fight. For real. Now, that I did not know. I'm going to be doing a lot of reporting on this fight all through the week. So that's going to be definitely something we talk about. What? Damn. So it broke all the way back out into the locker room. Yeah, see? Like I said, man, I stand with JD's in it, man. I don't like the way he did it in the public, but I stand with him knowing his fighter and knowing what him and his fighter has discussed and knowing how far his fighter can go. It's a train. That's the decision that lies with the head trainer. Hear me, fight fans. When a fighter makes someone their head trainer, they're entrusting them with that decision. When to throw in the towel and when not to. They're not entrusting that to the cut man or to the co-assistant or the assistant of the assistant of the assistant. No, they are entrusting that decision with the head trainer. Now, some of y'all, like I told y'all may say, hey, Breland did the right thing to protect the health of the fighter, whatever the case may be. That was still a breakdown in that corner where he overrode the head guy. You don't do that. You don't do that. You don't take it. Wilder placed JD's as his head trainer for a reason. Not just because, yo, you throw the mitts better, or not just because, when we run, I like how you push me, or I like how you tell me how to throw my right hand like this. No, that ain't that. No. It's because I'm entrusting you with the buck stops with you of having me totally prepared and got my back 100% and also have the authority to end this fight at any time. Those are all the things that are entrusted in a head trainer. That's for J. Diaz to make the decision. That's his decision. And Breland took that away from him. I don't think it's right. I got my brother in the building, BFTB. Salute to the best that fight the best up in this biatch. What's up, homie? What's going on, man? He be back, fam. He be back. We already know. You know what I'm saying? Salute to you, man. The best man won that fight all day. He won. Hands down, bro. Fury did his thing. Fury did his fucking thing. You can't take nothing away from Tyson Fury, man. Superior game plan, everything. But this is why I'm telling them, BFTB, I want my man to go back into this third fight. I feel like all it is a issue of game plans, an issue of strategy, an issue of figuring it out. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is, bro. Not to run away from this moment. This is a moment you embrace and figure out and beat it and become great. You feel me, homie? That's what it is, man. Salute to BFTB, man. All day, man. Man, fam say, man, can't wait for the trilogy, man. All day. Can't wait for that trilogy, man. Can't wait. I'm Bomb Squad all day. Ain't nothing gonna change that at all. That's what I'm talking about. That's the type of talk. We still got Wilder back. Ain't nobody running from that. We got Wilder back 100,000%. Ain't nobody running from that. And this is what I'm telling to the casuals. Support your champion. And remember, to all of my American fans, remember something. Wilder is in the middle of warfare. He is protecting the last belt from going to Europe, going to the UK. Salute to the UK, but hey, y'all can't have all the damn belts. Wilder is the last remaining knight, the last remaining warrior that can stop the last heavyweight championship, the WBC, the most prestigious. 3 of them already over there. Once that last one goes, It ain't coming back no time soon. You got Dillian White as a mandatory. You got Anthony Joshua laying over there. Tyson Fury, he may not come back around anytime soon. What are you talking about? 3 fights left. When his ESPN deal is up, he's gone. So to my American fans, support your American champion because he's fighting. He needs your support right now. He needs you to get behind him. He just needs y'all to get behind him. Man. He needs y'all to get behind him. Right now, we cannot allow that WBC to go over to the UK and stay in the UK. We can't allow that last belt to go over to Europe and stay over in Europe. Can't have it. Can't have it. So we got to support him. I want to get up out of here, fight fans. We've been going for a while. Much love to everybody, man. Everybody. I appreciate all the love. Thumbs up on the way out if you did not get it on the way in. Salute to everybody over at Main Man Made Man's Boxing Forum on Facebook, man. Go check us out over there. We got a whole nother boxing fam over that joint, man. Real spill, man. And salute to everybody. Salute to everybody that caught this live. Salute to my playback players that catches this on the playback, man. Everything, man. To the American fan base, I cannot tell you enough. Support this man. He's in warfare. He is in warfare. They've wounded our soldier. He's wounded. We got to stitch him up, patch him up, give him a good meal, send him back on that battlefield. The win was his. This story ain't over. It's still ongoing. Support your champion. To the next video. Much love, fam. Peace out.